theoretically, we are now streaming. If someone could take a glance.
I haven't seen anything yet.
YouTube, why are you like this?
Because of reasons.
So once we know whether or not we're streaming, then we'll get started. It says to me that it's live.
I'll refresh.
Okay.
It
So once we know whether or
says
not
two
we're
waiting, waiting for a Crucible Gaming Group.
That's weird.
I see Crucible Game Group as live right now.
Yeah, and like if I click on the title, it's telling me that we're live.
Oh
So
yeah,
hello,
I'm
people.
hearing.
We are live.
Excellent.
Yep, I concur.
Lovely. All right, so welcome everybody. We have a title card now. So we have like a little announcement page-ish thing. So we're going to do just a very quick intro so people know who's playing who. Just go down the list in Discord. It's probably the quickest way. Chris.
Oh, me? Yeah. My name's Chris. I am playing Rudigar Took, a hobbit of the Shire. From the big city of Wellmead.
I'm Anita. I'm the lore master. For the first time in... I will again defend myself saying it's been like 26 years since I've run a game. So please be gentle.
Then just
You're in the
walk
Shire.
it.
You're in the Shire. It should be fairly gentle.
I mean, walk
Yeah.
the game instead of running it, and it's going to be great.
I mean, hobbits in the Shire, generally that's walking speed.
I got short legs. Should be fine.
Exactly. Yorick.
Yorick, I'm playing Nor of the Lonely Mountain. I am the resident dwarf and eager to try to taste, eat, or smoke everything we find.
That sounds so terrible. Pierre-Luc.
Hi, I'm Pierre-Luc. I'm playing Perry Wayward, the man of Bree that's trying to not quite settle down yet before his mother had him married. Don't tell my wife.
Tony.
Yes, I'm playing Robin Goodchild, the Hobbit Warden, conspiracy theorist, who's from the metropolis of Frogmorton, because it's the best name on the map.
Yes, it is.
Trevor.
I'm Trevor. I'm playing Talith, an elf of Linden. Playing a champion. I am 2,117 years old. And please go easy on me because I am only a couple of chapters into the Two Towers right now.
Nice.
So, doing my best.
I have literally never read the books.
And yet I'm married to you.
I was going to say, did you have to speak your vows in like Elvish or something?
No, oddly, no. Okay, I need to update my little sheet here.
It was strangely black speech.
Oh, that would have been disturbing.
Ominous.
Ominous. Ominous is a good word. I'm sure everyone has their character sheet open, but if you want, you can also open the company sheet. That way you can see how many fellowship points you have. You should have 6.
Ooh,
Currently, the eye is unaware of you. Good thing.
that's probably good.
That's probably good.
Let's
Generally
show
speaking.
gumption.
And we're
Generally
unaware of the eye.
yes. Yeah, you are. Because nobody knows anything yet. The One Ring
Everything is
takes.
fine.
I mean, things have been a little odd now and then, but that's just probably feeding into Tony's characters.
My grandpa
All
said
I know
everything
is the
was fine and
Shire's
everything
flat.
will stay fine.
The Shire is what?
The Shire's flat.
The Shire. That is probably the least likely word to be used to describe the Shire.
Do you see a curvature? No, Shire's flat.
The Shire is a lovely mix of hills and valleys and occasional bits of flat, but only occasional. And some streams. Lovely little streams. But yeah, I don't think flat is a word anyone has ever used to describe the Shire.
I don't think I believe in flatland. That sounds like a made up thing.
Doesn't it though? So you folks are in the Shire. You have met each other, with the exception of, I think, Trevor's elf. Did you guys run into Telith yet? Because in our session 0, or the character session, we kind of outlined that Noor was drinking and smoking his way through the Shire, which is how he met Rudigar and Robin.
Don't seem to be able to find a way out of the Shire though. I keep turning around and getting another pinch. So it's hard.
Keep
All the winding
falling into
ways.
another inn.
Yeah, that's all the winding ways. And geez,
Spacebar.
Yeah, well, my fellowship focus is Nur, so I will at least have met him.
Yes. So you could have met, like the two of you could have met whenever you'd like. And you've agreed to meet in the Shire.
sounds like a plan.
I mean, to an elf, the Shire isn't really that big. 'Cause,
Nor
you know,
interesting.
elves have longer legs. But currently, I think you're all up in, was it Whitwell? No, you are. Let me move you guys a bit. You're in Waymeet, the bustling metropolis of Waymeet.
It has 4 buildings.
I mean,
3 of them are pubs.
It's got more than 4 buildings. I mean, each of those hexes, just so you're aware, is about a league. So it's about 3 miles. So, it's bigger than the village I grew up in.
Which
Actually,
had 4 houses.
it's about the same size. Weirdly. And it almost has the same street layout, which is even creepier now that I think about it.
There's one street
Yeah, like
because there's 4 buildings. Of course, it's the same way.
it's kind of creepy. Like the one going north is going up over the ridge. We're all Canadian, by the way. 4 of us are in New Brunswick, 2 in Quebec. So
We're not sorry.
no, not even slightly. Not even a little bit.
We can't afford to be sorry anymore.
Yeah. So some of these people are very aware of where I grew up, and yeah, Waymeet is weirdly appropriate. So you're not quite in the middle of the map. You're pretty deep into the Shire. And the last you had heard last night while you were drinking was that there was someone in Whitwell who was looking for a bounder to go up north because they had an errand that needs to be run and are trying to find someone who's brave enough to do it. Even though it didn't sound terribly dangerous as far as you recall, but the hobbits were half a pint, 3/4 of a pint in. Dwarf was probably 3 or 4. It really doesn't matter to the elf.
It's technically just one pin. Just I had 4 different kinds, but I'm technically one pin down.
If you keep refilling the same pint glass, does that count?
No, it's because I had 1 pint of blonde and 1 pint of dark ale and 1 of red ale. So it's just 1, 1, and 1. It's not
Just
4.
just of a variety.
They cancel each other out.
Yep.
Is that how
The
it
white
works?
one and the dark one, it just doesn't count.
1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 1.
Right.
Yep. That's how mathematics work.
You're not timesing them. You're supposed to be adding them. But I'm sure that to a hobbit after half a pint, I mean that math logic completely works. That makes complete and utter sense. But when you stumble out of the inn, it is spring, so the weather's nice. It's mild, it's sunny, it's fairly warm. So you are currently in the month of Thiramage. Thrimage. We'll say Thrimage. So that's roughly between like end of April, halfway through May. So April 21st to May 20th ish, if we were comparing. So the snow is gone though, because Shire weather is much kinder than New Brunswick weather. And I'll
You
say
wish.
now, we've had really high winds for like the past 2 hours. It was okay until then. So if I vanish suddenly, it's because we've lost power.
The eyes have found.
The eye has found me. We did lose power Friday, so it's not inconceivable, and we lost power for a couple of minutes last night. So just in case, just a fair warning to get it out there. So at the inn, breakfast is tasty, provided as part of your overnight stay. It's fairly filling. Nice little porridge and a slice of bread with lots and lots of honey, because who doesn't want lots and lots of honey on their bread? And tea. There has to be tea. A few older fellows out on the front porch of the inn, just puffing on some pipeweed, as one does. And how would you guys like to proceed?
Well, all of the best decisions are made when you're hungover. So
That's what the hungover period is for. You make a great resolution, you change your way, you go adventuring, and then realize that you should have another pen. But let's start
Well,
by the first step.
that's how I decided to get married, so I'm not quite sure if that's true.
We'll have to test that theory out. You
well, I mean,
remember who said there was a fellow who needed help to bring something north? If they can remember something.
yeah, they said they needed a bounder, and I mean, Robin's a bounder, but
True.
depending how far north, I mean, it could be dangerous.
Probably have to sleep outside.
Oh, yeah.
That actually sounds promising right now.
I
As
mean,
long
you
as we
can't.
don't go north enough to find snow, I'm good.
Well, maybe we should find out what they mean by north.
Probably that way.
I understand directions. Thank you.
You know, I heard from a took down in Longbottom that there's less bees every year.
Well, you can't trust those tooks.
Well, the took.
But can you trust the bees?
I mean, you can trust some tooks, just not those ones.
I'm just saying we should collect or enjoy as much honey as we can. There might not be any honey left next season. There could be no
More
bees.
honey?
Apparently, they disappeared, according to that took, anyway.
That's just crazy talk.
But it was a long bottom took, so
See?
not a proper took.
No, of course not.
Not a tookish took.
No, we're respectable folks, not like those ones. You can't trust those guys.
Don't get taken by an untookly took.
Hmm. But
And that's where my headache just started.
As your some of your breakfast dishes are being collected, the server smiles when she hears you talking about tooks. She says, "Oh, are you talking about Hazel down in Whitwell? She was looking for someone to go north."
It was Hazel. I knew it was a nut, but I couldn't remember.
that's not a very nice way to talk about somebody you've never met.
I was thinking cashew.
Oh,
His strange hobbit name.
Oh, you mean like an eating nut, not like a crazy person nut.
Well, Mr. Took, I would never speak such.
Well, I was confused by the nomenclature that you used. Is that a word?
Sure.
Yay.
And Brie.
There's a lot of words in Brie that there are not elsewhere. I mean, that's why we are so peculiar or something.
I don't know if a good self-respecting hobbit would want to find himself talking like that. Mr. Wayward.
Please, Mister is for my father, which is still quite alive. So, yeah.
So, Master Wayward.
Yes, Master Wayward. We should maybe we should speak to Hazel before I forget what her nut name is.
Let's go to almonds.
Should bring some honey along. There's really no more bees. It'd be sad not to have honey with us.
There could be no honey next season. But we're going north. We can't even go down to Longbottom. That's south. We might never find it. What happened to the bees? Oh, I do like
dash a bit, just to be safe.
Well,
I
the
assume
weeds and the flowers.
We'll banter as we're heading towards Hazel's.
Nora has no problem getting a jar of honey that he can take with him. He's got what's it?
For the road.
You got the monies.
Yeah, for the road. Exactly. He's got a he's a prosperous sort of fellow.
Does it allow me to engage in lots of degustation? Let's call it that.
So we're going to do we'll have you actually make a travel roll. We'll do our first kind of dice roll, attempt at a die roll.
And who? We all do it?
No. So you are going to Whitwell, correct?
That's what you told us.
Yes.
Okay. Are you following the road? Or taking a more roundabout kind of way?
I mean, we're really hungover, and the bar's in Whitwell, and it's like 6 miles away. It'll take 3 weeks.
It's not quite 3 weeks. Generally speaking, a
With
hex
hobbit legs,
is a
maybe.
day. Yeah, well, that's why, generally speaking, a hex is a day. Because, I mean, you've got a whole lot of meals to stop for, short little legs, a lot of
Lots of
people to
people to
say
talk
hello
to.
to. Exactly. And everything is either uphill or downhill. So, yeah, travel takes a bit.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Unlike the movies where it seemed really, really quick, travel in the books takes a while. Not quite as long as talking to it. Well, no, a little longer than talking to an ant.
What's
But
an
you're,
ant?
yeah, none of you know.
Not
Well,
that it matters anyway.
if we're traveling, I am going to go and get my pony.
Me too.
Fancy folk, you two have ponies?
We
Common living standard, yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
We have like, I mean, they're not great ponies, but
I think technically they're half-starved ponies.
Well, I mean, it is spring. That tracks. The winter feed is getting kind of low.
So ponies, with a common standard of living, you can have a half-starved pony.
yep.
That's cruel.
With a frugal standard of living, you said?
I think
Come on.
everybody can have a horse or a pony from the
If
start.
you are poor or frugal, you cannot afford a mount. If you have common standard of living, you have an old horse or a half-starved pony. If you're prosperous, you actually have a decent beast.
Which would be Noor's.
Yes, he's a bit tall for me, but once I managed to get on top, I
I can make a
he
little
has a,
stool out of wood.
Oh, stew. I thought you said a stew.
I can probably do a stew too, but I'm way better with wood than I'm with food.
There,
let's
I
not eat the wood.
This
I'm
terrible
pretty sure we
vision.
can find something better here to eat around here.
This
But
terrible
I would
vision of the
appreciate the
hobbits
stew at
eating
some point.
horses.
I've even named my pony.
Oh dear.
My
How
pony's
did you add
name.
it to your sheet?
I just put it under notes.
Have you named him Eggs Benedict?
Nope. His name is Flicker Ear.
So Fuzzyfoot and Flickered here.
Nice.
He is a gray and white pony, and he has like one wonky eye.
The level of details is astounding.
I need to make my pony important so he doesn't die.
Oh, you think that's how it works in games? You've
Yes.
been gaming too long. to
Build
fall
a
for
pony
that.
is not dead.
Yeah, it's 'cause
I'm gonna
it's
name
built
mine
well.
Cashew. Just to go with the nut theme.
I was about to say peanuts, but there's too many dirty jokes that can be used with that.
So in the company character sheet, which you can get, sorry, in Foundry under actors, it's just marked the company. You'll see there's fellowship points, eye awareness, and if you scroll down under travel, there's a guide, hunters, scouts, and lookouts. There can only be one guide. Hunters and scouts, you can have multiple people doing that job. But it's important to know who is doing which.
I can do hunting or scouting both in a very poor, satisfactory manner.
I put myself into lookout because my awareness is fairly decent. Target number 15, 2 dots, and it's got the check mark.
Oh, favorite. Nice.
My check marks are in lore, awe, and athletics. Although I do have 3 diamonds in stealth, so I don't think I'm a candidate for any of these things.
I'm quite skilled in travel. Favorite it. Got 3 dots in it, but my heart is at 80. That 2, so my TN is at 80.
We're terrible at travel.
I'm very trained in it, but I'm not hopeful. So
I'm actually pretty good at travel. I've got travel of 2, and it is favored, and my target number is 13.
Yeah, Nora's is favorite as well.
yeah, he
Yeah.
just has a way better hope than me. So
Yeah, I've got a much better target number.
Okay.
So Rudigar's is travel.
You should be able to drag yourselves.
I could always explore.
Who's left other than the hobbits that has any kind of hunting at all?
I have no hunting. I have 2 dot in explore.
I have 1
6
dot in hunting.
I have keen-eyed, if that helps.
And a bow.
What do you see with those other eyes?
I can riddle you for you not being hungry anymore.
And what about explore? Anyone
Explore.
got good wits or explore?
I got good wits, and I got 2 dots in explore. I think I can do that.
I got decent wits, but I suck at exploring.
And we do actually have to cover all 4.
So if Nur does the scouting and Perry and Talith do the hunting, maybe?
I can try to hunt. I mean,
We can give it a shot.
Is that our optimal?
I mean, it's
I
not
would be better
necessary.
at explore.
You're not necessarily going to need to hunt. It's more that occasionally something will affect one person as opposed to everyone.
Well, you might as well try it out. It's the first travel.
Yeah.
And you said multiple people can hunt or scout?
Yes.
Yep.
Multiple people can do everything except guide. Only one person can be the guide at a time.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, you can swap it out as much as you'd like, but only one person at once. Because
So
otherwise
Talith
you've
can-
got 2 people trying to lead you in different directions, and that's just going to go poorly.
We can have Talith try his hand at hunting, and we'll be ready to go.
I don't see why not.
Okay, you should be able to drag yourself down in the company sheet there, Jeff.
Don't be alarmed by me rolling a die.
Never alarmed by any of you DMs rolling dice.
We've seen you rolling dice. You can't roll dice.
I mean, that's fair. So it's Talith going into Hunters?
Yeah, if you can figure out how to do it.
So you open the company sheet?
Yeah.
Okay. Scroll
Scroll
down
down.
until you see travel.
Yeah.
Okay. And then under available members.
There we go.
There you go.
I've dragged every other Talith icon but that one.
Well, you've dragged it now. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right. So now, lore masters in this do a lot more rolling, I think, than we're used to in other Free League games. Let's see here. I don't know why it's saying Redigar. Sorry.
You probably have me selected.
I must. How do I not have you selected?
Shift left click usually deselects.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had a little Discord problem.
It's okay.
No worries. All right.
It
So
didn't seem to do anything. Just see.
since the guide is in charge of picking the route, we will stick to the road because the road is practical and the road is here for a reason.
Yes, of course.
I don't see any reason not to use a road. There's a road. Somebody built it. So
Well, you don't know. Somebody might get this crazy idea about like we need to go off into the wilderness and capture some bees for posterity or something.
I mean, if I see Barry on the side of the road,
But
Yeah, but for them to be on the side of the road, you have to be on the road.
yep, that's why I completely agree with us being on the road.
So road it is.
And the faster we get to Whitwell, the faster we can warn them about the bees.
I kind of hope you get stung. I mean, don't tell your mom I said that, but
That is
'cause then
very
she'll
rude.
tell my mom, and I'll
This
know.
is why people don't like tooks.
People like us just fine. You know why? Because we talk about things other than bees.
So as you're bantering, you're actually making decent time. And you're on the road, which also helps.
Alaith is actually quite amused by all this bantering. He's smiling and laughing along with all the, chuckling quietly to all the jokes. Remembering everybody's personalities so he can get them all good later.
And how is everyone's load, by the way?
I am fine.
Perry's fine, supposedly. And he looked at the elf with awe with big awesome eyes of what traveling with an elf.
I mean that fits pretty well with having with the roll of a 10. So Talith,
Yeah.
if I could have you make a, let me double check here.
A hunting roll?
I think so. Let me double check. Yes, please.
Well, this will be a terrible first roll.
And it's is it favored?
It is nothing, no diamonds and no favors.
Oh no. Oh dear.
What do your elven eyes see?
A squirrel that got away. I saw a squirrel that got away.
Oh.
Wait till I tell that to Bert at the smithy.
He might have been a friend of mine.
Well, no,
Why
it's
do they
still
call them elven eyes?
You're in the Shire. It's still a fairly quiet walk. Nothing terribly strange happens. A pleasant stroll with nothing adventurous.
Oh yes, we got to keep the hubbub to a minimum here.
Well, I mean, there's a bounder with us, so
I mean, along the way, you do have plenty of people who say hi. folks who are out working in their fields who wave. Occasionally, you get a rank sniff of a pig farm, or as you get closer to Whitwell, the smell of chicken. You can, every now and then, when the breeze drifts the right way, not cooked chicken, chicken coop. Very different smell. You're probably far more familiar with one than the other.
See, if you told me that chickens were in danger, then I'd be concerned.
Danger of being delicious?
I mean, there's like roast chicken and fried chicken and chicken soup and
Boil them, mash them,
sandwiches.
stick them in a stew.
yeah.
About halfway there, you do have to stop overnight. But then you make it into Whitwell with no trouble. There are a few houses in Whitwell. It is about a square mile of a little village, little hamlet. Whitwell is fairly known for its chicken farming. For the most part, that's what people do here. Although there are some odd rumors of a fellow who's plowing, which is a little odd.
Who do you
but you
think
get-
has the best chicken around here?
Oh, probably my mom.
So you are a chick?
Oh, my mom is from these parts, so she knows her way around a chicken, that's for sure.
Chicken pot pies.
I'm hungry. We should find something to have first breakfast. Oh, man. We haven't even had first breakfast and we're already on the road.
We just finished first breakfast.
Well, we can talk to almonds and then go fishing.
Okay.
So that's your approach, Whitwell. In search of almonds. You can hear roosters long, well, about the same time that every now and then you get a whiff of definite chicken coop on the breeze. Thankfully, the breeze doesn't seem to drift in that direction for long, just long enough to confirm that yes, those are definitely roosters that you can hear in the distance. As you get closer, though, you do start to be able to hear clucking of hens and more roosters. That smell gets to be a little more pervasive. Whitwell itself, though, is a fairly busy place for the Shire, especially for Tuckland, because pipeweed comes up from the farms down in Longbottom. Travelers who are going south to from Waymeet, like you people are, and Tooks are just a non-stop traveling band, it seems. Never together, just spread out enough that you don't go far before you're waving to a Took and saying hello and exchanging some pleasantries.
If you kick a bucket, there's 3 tooks.
Probably would hit 3 Tooks on the way. There is an inn here called the Fairest Fowl Inn, which is right at that crossroads in Whitwell. And if you stop there for a meal, which, I mean, you've got 2 hobbits and a dwarf who's very enamored with hobbit lifestyles. I assume that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it time? It's always time. So you do hear about this fellow with a plow who, for whatever reason, this took, who seems to be tilling the land that he has. And he plans to plant seeds there, which is kind of weird because this is really more chicken farming area. There isn't a
Well,
lot of farming going on.
He
I mean,
might be
chicken
trying
poop
to
is
do
a great
chicken feed.
fertilizer.
I mean, maybe that's his plan. And that's certainly the serving maid. That's certainly the best theory she's heard, because she can't imagine why anybody would be plowing here, because it's Whitwell.
It's
Chickens.
probably what's happening to all the bees, digging up all that ground.
What's happening to the bees?
Apparently, there's not going to be any bees next season.
God, don't start.
Oh, you're joking. And she kind of like slaps you a little bit on the shoulder as she walks away.
I mean, you didn't hear it from me.
I saw the way she was looking at you. I mean, you're what? You're like 33-ish. You need to start looking for a wife. So
Or not.
there comes a certain point in every hobbit's life where they need to settle down.
I'm trying to settle down, but they keep making me walk all over the place.
You could take up farming. You could be a beekeeper.
I might have to be. Apparently, we're running out of bees.
I've
might not
heard
be any
that
less
someplace.
I heard it from a friend of mine, down from Longbottom.
Okay, now I know you're full of it because you have no friends.
This is why no one likes chooks.
While you're battering like that, the food is getting cold.
Oh, I've already eaten mine.
I'm sure it isn't.
We're a bit late for Elevenly, but we should get on with that, and Longgen will be coming.
Oh, right. We're supposed to meet Hazel.
Chicken pot pies with peas and carrots and gravy.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh. And the serving lady points you in the direction of Hazel's house when she overhears that you're looking for her. It's right over there, just down 2, and there are, well, normally there would be red and yellow flowers out front, but it's a bit early in the season still, so there's probably just some buds coming up. But no, just count down 2. You'll be fine.
I'm gonna look and see if she has like a wedding ring.
No, she does not.
Oh. I'll nudge Robin and I'll kind of like quietly, like surreptitiously kind of point at the lack of wedding ring. You're like, huh?
I'm still the rookie. They still make me do things.
Do you want us to talk to her in your behalf?
Well, I heard that Hazel was looking for people to take things north.
Oh, more walking.
Yes, it's your job.
Gotta work off that breakfast.
Gotta build up an appetite for lunch.
We should have chicken.
We should.
Okay, let's talk to Hazel, then we'll get some chicken.
All this talk had made me hungry for honey roasted chicken, while we still have honey.
There is no danger of us running out of honey.
We better
Just
eat
in
it before
case,
it
we
goes
should
bad.
have honey roasted chicken, just in case.
That must be delicious. And breaded with a little bit of nuts crumbled through the banter and stuff.
Chris
Yeah, we
makes
should look
something
into that.
like
Right. Well, let's go talk to Hazel first. Otherwise, we'll get distracted and we'll never leave this place.
2 peanuts.
That's fair.
And we don't want to get stuck in the hookers.
Oh,
It's so busy.
some of us are from here, you know.
So busy.
You're from everywhere around here.
No, I'm specifically from Tuckland.
They do make good chicken. All right, let's go see Hazel.
Yep.
So far, we're going to have to walk this time.
Were you not paying attention? It's like across the street and down 2 houses. I thought bounders were like athletic and like, you know, in good shape.
Well, you want to wrestle?
Well, no.
What do you mean by a bounder?
Oh, he's in charge of keeping the Shire safe.
Are you chatting as you're walking?
Oh, yes.
Or are you
Yeah, we're
still
gonna,
making your way out of the inn?
No, as we're walking to Hazel's place.
Okay.
It'd be a tragedy.
Otherwise-
Otherwise, Shire got in danger.
If we don't walk and talk, we never get anywhere.
What if the plowman ran over some chickens?
So about the time that you're mentioning that Robin is a bounder, there's a woman sweeping dirt out her front porch. Just out the front door. Oh, one of you's a bounder?
yes, ma'am.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. I have a favor to ask of you.
He lives to serve.
That's why we're here. Does she have a wedding ring?
My goodness, there's a lot of you. Yes, she does. Ah, wonderful. Come in, I'll make some tea. She kind of dusts her hands off on her apron, walks into her
tea.
house. For the elf and the human. The inns aren't so bad. It's a little tight, usually, when you're in an inn in the Shire. They are definitely built for hobbits, but hobbits who like higher ceilings. So they're like, you know, the elf and the human might have to hunch a little bit, or just make sure they don't step too lively or they'll smack their head on the ceiling. Hazel's
Thank
house,
you.
on the other hand. Hazel's house, the ceiling doesn't really come up to your shoulders.
Mayhaps, my fair lady, can we just stay outside for the vertically challenged people here?
Oh, goodness. She kind of rushes back to the door. Yes, certainly, of course we can. We can just have, I'll just bring tea out on the step. I'm just not used to, my goodness, you're an elf.
A real one!
And I'm thrilled to meet you. It is an honor.
Oh my, you're an elf. She's just staring at Talith for a minute.
It's okay, ma'am. I'm keeping an eye on it.
Oh, that's probably for the best. And a dwarf?
I've been very
And,
busy.
We are quite the circus, eh?
Fellow from... Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Bree, ma'am.
She'll lean a little closer to Robin. I'm very glad you're keeping an eye on them. Thank you so
I'm trying.
much.
I'm trying my best.
Thank you so much. I'll be right back with tea.
Yes,
She
thank you.
bustles off into the house again. A few minutes later, she does come back. She has a tea set on a tray, along with some bread, some cheese, some honey.
See, there's still honey.
What?
You say that now.
Do any of you want milk for your tea? Should I go and get some milk?
Yes, please.
Okay, just one moment. I'll be right back. Dig in. It's fine. She bustles back into the house. Comes back a second later with a little jug of milk. Oh, I'm just so very glad to see all of you. Or a bounder. Bounder's a lovely thing to have wandering around the house. Wandering around Whitwell. I have a favor that I desperately need someone to take because the messenger service has gotten terribly slow.
What? I'm right here. Like, that's my job.
You're one of the messengers? Well, wonderful. A messenger and a bounder. What could be better? I have some things that
You're
need to be
bound to have
delivered.
your message delivered.
Here's hoping. I have some packages and letters that I need taken up to some cousins in Long Cleeve. I have first cousins there. Orgulus Northtook. I'm Hazel Northtook. I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself properly. Hazel Northtook. I have a first cousin up in Long Cleeve, and I have some things that need to be delivered up there as soon as possible. If you'd be so kind.
We can certainly do that. How?
Oh,
Yeah, that's not that far north.
that's fine. That's fine. That's proper fine indeed. Oh, thank you so much. The last time I spoke to a messenger, they weren't planning on going north for another month. A month? Can you imagine having to wait another month now that spring is here? The snow's gone? I don't know what was causing the delay. But if you're willing to go up, I am so very thankful. I do have a fair number of things, but I have a cart. I
Well,
don't.
we have some ponies.
That's good because I don't. Um, anytime we need a pony, we just borrow one. There's plenty of people who have them, just not us. And then there's that. I don't know, that fellow next door. He's plowing. Can you
I know.
imagine? Here, plowing. There's dust flying. Maybe
Well, it's going to be the talk of the town.
once he actually gets something planted, maybe it'll calm the dust down a bit. But I can only imagine how it's going to be until those things take root. Whatever it is he's planning on planting. I don't know because the pipeweed doesn't grow awfully well in this little valley. It's better farther south for sure. Chickens though, chickens love this place. No
And we
lack
love
of
the chickens.
for them. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
smoking a pipe with that tea should be quite all right. So, yep, Perry's gonna draw his pipe and smoke.
So yes, I have a little crate of chickens. There's 4. Um, there's a little stack of letters because I need to keep. There's just been so much happened over the winter, and there aren't many messengers going north these days. Well, I mean, it is just spring, so that's understandable. But still, another month. Could you believe it? And then they might have something to bring back, but I don't know yet. We'll see. And I should include a couple of bottles of jam. Maybe one of honey.
You might want to hold on to that honey. I hear there's going to be a scarcity of honey next season.
What? Who do you hear that from?
People are saying there's going to be less and less bees every year.
People aren't saying, you're saying.
Are you trying to drive up the price of honey? Is this some sort of insider trading thing?
That would
Saying
be
about
quite-
insider trading? Sorry, I'm out of my mouth. What you saying about insider trading? That's something about underground trading of food.
Starting to think my cousin may have been dropped on his head.
What? Being a bounder must be terribly dangerous.
It very much is.
I'm sure.
That's
You have
A
to deal
few
with
bees short of a
elves and
hive.
dwarfs and human.
I mean, you do keep rather sketchy company today.
But at the same time, he has a steady job, which makes for a really good husband.
You know who you should talk to.
He's already married.
He's not already married.
She is.
I am. Yes, of course I am.
Yes, I'm just saying. I think he's got his eye on the waitress at the tavern.
Sorry, mate. She's not married.
See,
I think she might have a beau. I'm not sure. I can find out though by the time you get back.
oh, that'd be great.
So I'll pack up the cart if you want to wait down at the fairest fowl. I can pack it up while you have Levins's.
Well,
And
we're gonna help you, ma'am, to pack the cart. I mean, that's just basic decency.
that's so kind of you. Well, that's not at all what I expected of a man of Brie. I've heard things.
I'm not yet married, so I have to be nice.
Is that how it works in Brie? Is that really how it works? Oh,
I don't think so, but it was
interesting.
funny.
It was kind of funny. I agree. But you just, you're not going to really be able to come in. I'll just bring things here to the front step. Or you could just walk around the back. That's where the cart is. Would it be easier for you if we brought the cart around front?
I mean, as long as it's outside.
I can help you
yes.
carry things if that would be of assistance.
Yes, thank you, Stubby.
Your name is Stubby?
Ah, my name is Nur. Don't know where you got that from.
Okay. Well, yes, just be sure to wipe your feet off on the mat. And, sorry, I didn't catch your name. She's looking at
Um,
Perry.
Perry.
Oh, Perry.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm Perry Wayward.
Mr.
Nice to
Wayward.
meet you, ma'am.
And you as well. If you could just go around that corner there, it's the only cart in the backyard. There is a crate already. There's one of the smallest coop has 4 chickens in it. That's the one you're taking. So you can just pick that up and put it in the cart. It's fine. And then the main coop is they're just sitting outside the main coop. Little cage box like thing. They'll be fine. I mean, if you just set the box down on the ground every now and then when you stop for breakfast or dinner or something, and they'll peck away at whatever bugs and grass and things they find on the ground. It'll be good. I don't know. You're not from here, are you?
Quite not.
I imagine you don't really know how to care for chickens.
Nope. I know pretty much everything I have to know about woodworking and logging.
Well, that's
But
useful.
chickens is, I'm sorry to say, mysterious to me.
Well, outside of Whitwell, to be honest, chickens seem to be a bit mysterious to everyone. That's why we have the best chickens.
Most delicious.
We don't share our secrets. Not about the chickens. But I will tell you this. Keep them covered at night. Just toss a blanket over them. They'll be fine. They'll keep each other warm. Whenever you stop for food along the way, just sit the crate down on the ground. The bottom is fairly open. It's open enough that they'll be able to peck through it at whatever is on the ground. Just make sure you sit them in grass. The grass that pokes up and whatever bugs are clinging to it, they'll eat those. It'll be great. Yeah, just make sure they're covered at night. I mean, you might want to cover them during the day too, because they can get a little rowdy. They can get a bit noisy.
We wouldn't want that.
Well, I mean, depending. Some of us are used to it. We just tune it all out. Makes no difference to me whatsoever. Any of it. I don't even hear it anymore. But other hobbits seem to notice that it gets a bit loud. So, just keep them covered, sit them on the ground, it'll be fine. Make sure you wipe your feet, please and thank you. And she goes bustling back into the house again. Perry, when you go around back, there is a little cart there. Not really big enough to hold people or person, if
Of
you're
course not.
a human or an elf. I mean, 2 hobbits could probably, one sitting in the front, one sitting off the back.
So it's a bite-sized chariot.
Uh, yeah, pretty much. It's more like a large wagon, not like a horse-drawn wagon, but like a child's wagon. But it is big enough to hold the little cage of 4 chickens. There's an old quilt rolled up on the ground beside it. That's probably what she's been using to cover them at night. Yeah.
I had one exactly like that. This as a child.
Nur, you followed her inside?
Yes.
Yep.
Remove my dirty boots and went in so she can charge my hand with whatever she wants to be put in the cart.
She does find you a small crate, and then she just starts pulling things out of cupboards. She leads you through a little bit of a maze to get to the kitchen, but once she's there, she's pulling jam jars out and looking at them, putting them back, pulling out bottled vegetables, looking at them, putting them back, until eventually she's managed to fill the crate with various odds and ends of pickled things, jams, no honey. She does pull the honey out of the cupboard, and then she looks at it, and then she glances back toward the door, and she glances at the honey, and she puts it back in the cupboard.
Just to be safe.
Just to be safe. But she does take a couple of jam jars, like I said, some bottled vegetables, some pickles, and then she tucks a loaf of bread and a small wheel of cheese and kind of balances another jar of pickles on top and pats them with her hands and says, "These are for you while you're traveling."
Oh, that is most appreciated.
Just you. But, share as you see fit.
He'll wink at her. I'll do my best.
The cheese was very good. Oh. I hate to let it go, but we have another wheel of it in the back, so it's fine. But so tasty.
The cheese is the first reason I came over first. So,
really?
Yeah. My friend taught me about local cheese 2 villages ago that way. But I've been trying to sample different ones, so I've been trying cheese from all the places I can find.
All the cheese, all the time. Oh.
Yeah. I was supposed to bring some back home, but I'm not sure which one I want to bring home, so I need to taste more.
It's a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah.
There is a lot of cheese in the Shire. And the pickles. Don't forget the pickles.
Oh yeah.
You may be going around the Shire now for cheese. You may need to make a second round for pickles.
Yeah.
You may
Then
need a very large cart when you head back to wherever it is you're going.
I'm
But
thinking to see if I can get a second pony so I can have a bigger cart. I'll see when I'm done.
I mean, that might be a good idea. There is a lot of cheese in the Shire.
Yeah.
I
Trouble
says
is,
much pickles.
But before you go, you have to come back to Whitwell
oh yeah,
for some chicken. You have to.
I wanted to try to have some honey roasted chicken done because we've been talking about honey all day. So
Oh, it's so good with pecans.
yeah,
Oh.
that's what my friend said. Talked about pecans, a crumble on it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to try something that
He's
way.
right. He's absolutely right. It's delicious. So she'll lead Nora back out front.
He obbles with the pile of things in balance.
Out of character. Everything sounds so delicious at the moment.
It's just the Shire. What doesn't sound delicious? And that the honey and pecans on chicken is something that Chris makes. So
Ah,
Mm.
it's so good.
It's really good.
I need to take a page out of his cookbook. Well, I need to copy most of his cookbook, but
Yeah, I mean, if I could cook, I'm sure that would be a fine plan.
it's not angry pizza, but
No, nothing's angry pizza. And they don't hang if angry pizza in the Shire, so they're not angry enough.
it's a different place for angry pizza.
So we're going to have Perry brings the cart around. There's enough room in the cart. Did you fellows bring your ponies down here, or did you leave them in Waymate?
No, we brought them with us. I brought
Okay.
mine.
I have my boy over here.
Okay.
Pumpkin, come over.
Your horse is
Chuckles.
named Pumpkin.
Yeah, my horse is named Pumpkin.
Should never name your horse after food.
I mean,
What else would you name it after?
I don't know, like a distinguishing characteristic, or maybe like something not edible.
What's your pony called? What's your name?
Flicker ear.
Flicker ear. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I see it now.
I was gonna call it Lazy Eye, but that seemed mean.
Oh, a little bit. Just a little bit. Flicker ear. That's a good name for a
Just-
pony.
he just really, really loves pumpkins, and he's kind of round. So
He definitely looks healthy. I
Yeah.
just kind of give Redigar a bit of a glance. He seems very well looked after. Quite a happy horse, aren't you?
Yeah. Can't really afford to feed him as much as I would like, but such is life.
Well, now that spring's on the way, comfortably on the way, I'm sure you'll have no trouble.
As long as it doesn't eat honey, you should be okay.
That's right.
I'm sorry, what was your name again? She'll look at Redigar.
Redigar took.
Oh. She'll glance at your pony again. And you were...
Flicker ear.
She'll look at Rob.
Oh, Robin, good job.
Oh, lovely. I think I know one of your cousins.
And he'll do the whole hobbit thing, like hobbits when they introduce themselves, do this whole
Lineage.
lineage family tree thing.
Yep. Oh,
think-
yes, I do know one of your cousins.
You know, it's me.
Perry sat down and just take his hat over his eyes and will take a nap because it's gonna take forever.
There's a whole cup of tea in just the introductions.
There absolutely is. Um, yes. Yes.
Meanwhile, Nur
What an
is
idea.
stacking the cart like a Swedish architect, trying to fit everything perfectly so it doesn't move. Chicken don't have anything to peck at. Cheese is safe from the chicken. And
Making sure.
it's
Like the puzzle where you have to take something back and forth across the stream so nothing eats each other.
yep, exactly. The fox the chicken and the cabbage. Yeah, just look at this like that, and this is there. So chicken don't eat my cheese.
Or peck at your bread. Good.
Where are we taking this? I forget.
North.
Long Cleeve.
Right.
We'll have to follow
Oh,
the
that's
river.
way up there.
We'll have to follow the river because there's no road directly there.
Yes, and my cousin's name is Arugulus.
Arugula.
Arugulus Northtug.
Ma'am, do you
Yes.
know of any good fishing spot traveling along the river due north?
Pretty much the river.
Fair enough. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure what things are like outside of the Shire, but inside the Shire, pretty much anywhere along the river, really. I've never heard of anyone living by the river who had any trouble catching fish. I mean, unless they just weren't good fishermen. But, I mean, 3 or 4 days sitting out by the water, it doesn't take very long to get the hang of it. It's been ages since I've been fishing. I'm a bit busy here with the chickens.
We're gonna eat fish in the road. We should grab some celery salt. Great fish.
There's a little shop in Waymeat, and they have excellent spices. Lovely variety.
Yes, and other nuts. Crumble nuts with fish is good too. Yeah, I
Oh.
really like nuts. I'm sorry.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
You're just a delight of a person from Brie. I'm quite surprised. No offense, of course.
None
But
taken, ma'am.
I had heard things about people from Brie because we're quite a ways from Brie, and people from Brie don't normally come this far west.
Yeah, we
Every
tend
now
to stick to our town too. So in that case, we're not unlike hobbits.
They're a bit stiff, but they do have beer and pins. So
What?
yeah, it's like a very tall glass.
What? An entire pint at once?
Scandalous, really.
I mean, just a bit.
I've seen Doors drink straight from the keg.
Hey, that's not a keg. That's a wooden mug shaped like a keg.
A wooden mug bigger than your torso with a spout on it.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Basically,
Sounds a bit like a keg.
if it looks like a
Semantics,
keg
man.
and sounds like a keg, it's probably a keg.
we won't. It's semantics.
But
Mhm.
yes, if we want to send those chickens in due time, we should probably take our leave.
Yes. Thank you so much. I do appreciate this. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this. And if you can just bring the cart back when you're done, please.
But of
Thank you.
course,
We'll need it for I mean, the crate can stay. The chickens obviously are going to stay, but we We're going to need the cart by midsummer-ish. So as long as you have it back by then, that's fine, that's fine. It's a proper fine indeed. Thank you, Fred. Thank you so much.
Onward!
Okay, let's go.
I whisper over to the dwarf. I thought I was going to die of old age before she finished.
She has gone into the house and closed the door before you say that. So she doesn't overhear, but your game master finds it funny.
Yeah, I think you're safe from that, but well, I could be surprised. I've seen weirder things.
So
All
again,
right.
if you're setting out north, I don't know if you have other plans that you'd like to do first. Try to find Robin a wife or have
Nope.
another meal.
Just putting out some feelers. It's my job as town gossip.
Well, we had afternoon tea, so we got a good 3 hours before it's time for dinner. So we should take some time
3
to.
whole hours?
Yeah, that's the
The
biggest
worst
gap
part of the
I've seen
job.
between meals. Dinner's at 6 and supper's at 8, so we got like 3 hours.
Oh, gracious. So yes, you can decide amongst yourselves the path you plan to take up north. We'll figure out how many hexes it is and whether it's going to be one journey or two.
All right. Well, we may.
Renegar is our messenger, so he's the guide.
Yeah. Well, we should stick to the road as much as possible.
From what I have in my mapping carry-on, we should stick to the road till we hit the river.
Yeah. Take the road up to Needle Hole and then follow the road up, or follow the river up.
Yeah.
So you're going to use the Bywater Road, or are you going to use the one that's farther west?
We are going to use, which road is this?
That would be the one that's farther west. Yep.
Yeah.
They don't have it labeled on this. I might have to go and track down one of my other maps of the Shire. One of many. I don't know if it's actually named though. So, so out of Waymeet going northwest, and then switching over this way up to Needlehole.
Yep.
Okay. So when you're doing a journey, you don't count the hex you're leaving from, but you do count everything else. So it would be starting there.
14 to no bottle.
Okay.
No bottles sounds like it's sad.
It does kind of, doesn't it? So 14 to here?
Yeah.
Okay. So once you hit no bottle, are you going to continue up
Yeah. Continue
farther
up
in
north.
or
Yeah.
more along the river?
Just we'll go to like that tiny little town and then follow the river up.
Okay. So that's 14. So 21 should get you to Long Cleeve.
That's my count.
So that is just far enough to be 2. Okay. Just updating my notes here. All right. So again, you assign your journey rolls. only one guide, but you can double up on other things if you'd like.
I'm happy where I am.
Yeah,
I
the two
mean-
things I can do correctly is exploring and traveling. I think we have a better guide while we're in the Shire, so I'll leave that to him.
Yeah.
And I'll look around for berries and mushrooms.
I'm far better at
So it's-
awareness than I am at hunting.
What's your awareness?
It's 2 diamonds, no check mark. But my hunting is nothing.
What's your target number for your strength?
16.
Maybe we could get Perry to hunt. And,
I mean, I can hunt. I got a dot at it, target number 15.
I think Perry added dots in it too. Don't know what's his target number, but I think I heard him tell he had a dot.
Yes, I do.
I'm moving myself over to lookout just because I'd be useless as a hunter.
Perry, do you want to try yourself as a hunter?
Oh boy, do I.
I mean, I guess fishing counts as hunting, so
Here, take my lucky skinning knife.
Thank you. Dude, it's gonna be awful. Okay, let's roll that shit.
All right, so we'll have your guide make a travel roll.
Perry, do you want to be slide to hunter?
Oh, that was a shitty ass roll.
Oh,
I'm trying to, but it doesn't want me to.
wow. Travel's favored for you, right?
Yeah, that's counted. Yep.
Excellent. Perfect. Oof.
I rolled 2 1s on the feat dice and 2 2s on the success dice for a total of 5.
Well, uh, yeah, that's pretty bad. Holy cow, boy.
Chris's dice doesn't know he's not rolling for armor right now.
Chris is, I was not expecting Chris to roll this badly this soon.
I was.
I mean, maybe I should have.
So what? It's your house's curse.
Chris has a curse for rolling enemy's armor.
Yeah, in our Forbidden Lands game, my armor rolls are shit. I don't think I've ever successfully stopped any noticeable damage.
Remember you stopping 1 damage, but I don't think it counts as noticeable.
No. And then the one time I rolled well, Desi's like, I spend willpower to ignore armor. Like,
Yeah,
there we go.
well, I mean, that's kind of Desi's thing.
Yep.
For people who haven't watched our Forbidden Lands game, Chris runs it, and I play Desi. And yeah, I occasionally like to foul up your plans by just ignoring things like armor. On your way to Waymeet. God, you haven't even gotten 10 steps.
Stuck in the plowed field.
I mean, it's not that bad. You do manage to travel through a meal. I
Is
mean,
that
you
your
stop for
great
the meal,
aunt?
obviously. I mean, but you haven't been on the road long after that. And you run into another hobbit who's going south, who insists, is just adamant that Rudigar is some relative of theirs, and spends, it's hard to say how long. You lose track at one point of how many people have been mentioned. It seems like they've rattled off a good half of the Shire before they finally say, oh, maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Well, have a good trip, and walk off.
That
Well,
was unpleasant.
oh, the sad thing is, I think that we actually do have a common relative about halfway through that list, but they just kept talking.
If I recorded well what he said, I think he's your great uncle's roommate. So you're technically not related.
Twice removed.
Nice.
Twice removed. But at some point, I stopped taking notes.
Nice sword.
But you do make it to Waymeet. Certainly not quite as quickly as you intended to, but you do make it there. Chris, can I get another guide roll? Or would you like to wait until morning?
No, we'll keep going.
Okay.
No, we may as well stay in a tavern here and then set out in the morning. I don't think anybody wants to sleep on the road.
I don't think anyone wants to sleep on a road.
No.
Why would you want to sleep on a road?
I don't know.
Not on the road, but on the side of the road.
No, what kind of savages are you?
I mean, he is a man from Bree.
I mean, this place has a fireplace and beds.
Roast chicken.
Mm.
We have to keep those alive, no?
Yeah. But we'll stay over in Waymeet and then we'll continue on.
Okay. There's the Walking Party Tavern.
Oh,
They have, it seems to be like an open air tap house. Plenty of different ales for the dwarf to sample, which he did the last time he was here, and there's new ones. You're pretty sure? At the very least, the names seemed kind of fuzzy at one point. But there seems to be new ones that you haven't tried here yet. There are more than a few little shops along the street. You do see that spice house that Hazel told you about.
Oh yeah.
And of course,
there.
there's
what we need.
more than enough space for you to find places for your horses and a little spot where you can leave the chickens, where they can peck away at whatever it is they're managing to find on the ground.
well, we'll arrange for rooms, and maybe if we're going to be traveling to the north, maybe we should pick up some supplies. I don't know. What do people need when they travel? I've never traveled that far.
We're gonna have probably to camp on the side of the river at some point. So we're gonna probably need a tent, a couple of bedrolls, and well, something to cook.
Yeah, I mean, and we've got skilled hunters, so we should be okay there.
Just to be sure, we should probably stock on nuts.
I'll grab a skillet and some spice.
Oh, grab some potatoes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so there's still a little bit of space left of the cart. Just back some food, just in case, just to be
Just
safe.
to make sure you can fit the potatoes in. You're like tucking individual potatoes in between like jars.
Yep.
Highly
Cushioning
trained
a few.
adventurers.
highly trained adventurers playing Tetris with their cart. Got like 2 in a saddlebag, a couple of apples in another saddlebag.
Can put a potato ear, and I could put some carrots there. Oh no, the horse ate the carrot. I'm gonna put the jar there, and I'm gonna put the carrots there.
Could definitely fit a couple of carrots between the jars. Yeah, there's definitely space. There's a little gap. A carrot will fit down in there.
And have tiny barrels of meat just here. Yeah, I can fit that there.
But yeah, we should set out early in the morning so everybody makes sure they get a good night's sleep.
Yep. As soon as I had breakfast, we could.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely find what you're looking for in town. There's you can fit quite a few vegetables in your cart if you tuck them in the little spaces between other things. Find a tent, couple of bedrolls. One of the shopkeepers recommends getting a fishing pole.
Oh, here you go, Perry.
Oh, well, I'm gonna try to be. I'm gonna try to feed you all. No, well, no. I'm gonna try to not let us starve.
We have potatoes and carrots, and we're bringing chickens. We'll be fine.
Yeah, but the chickens we have to deliver.
Yeah, but with the eggs, we don't have to tell them anything.
Right.
So sleep with no problem, plenty of space. Again, while you're in the inn, the human and the elf have to make sure they don't make any sudden movements. They manage not to smack their heads on the ceilings. But it is one of those things that you do have to kind of be careful of. The hobbits, of course, have no trouble at all.
I don't know how you guys get through life. Having to duck all the time.
Next morning, get up. Not terribly hungover, which is good. Breakfast is being served, naturally. So there's pastries, eggs, cooked meats, pies, and quiches, and a lovely little breakfast ale, along with tea, naturally.
Right. Well, we'll have breakfast and then we will head out. Early.
Gather up your animals, and then if I could have your guide, make another travel roll.
Oh, there we go. Automatic success.
That's a nice change. No offense. Okay, good. Let me just, since we're all new to this game and the travel rules are a bit different than they are for all of the other freely games that we've played. Okay. Did you have any success icons in that? No.
No.
Okay. Okay. So you get to. I mean, they say you can make about a hex a day. So we'll say you're leaving from here. Let's get through there, find a little spot under a tree where you can set up a tent. The next day, you get to about here. And then you can kind of see a house, a couple of houses in the distance down the road. And just take a second here. So it's going to be your lookout. If I can have the lookout make an
lookout roll.
awareness roll.
Both of us?
One of you can assist the other.
I'll be doing the assisting, I imagine.
Just bear in mind, you do have to spend hope to assist.
Yes, you do have to spend 1 hope if you'd like to assist. Let me actually just double check if that's...
I don't necessarily want to do that this close to Hobbiton.
It's up to you. Oh, thank you for moving the company roll.
Yeah, I thought it would make things easier for you.
Yeah, a little bit. So, whoever would like to make the roll.
How do I get hope back?
So, because I was actually looking this earlier, you get hope when you rest.
Oh, in that case, I have 11 hope, right? So I don't mind spending them.
So basically a short rest, which is like once a day. You get a number of endurance equal to strength. Prolonged rest gives you back all your endurance. Hope. Oh no! If you're down to 0 hope, you get a single point on a rest. Otherwise, we spend our fellowship points, which replenish at the end of the session.
Yeah, talking about cheese and chickens and delivering letters does not make me want to spend this. So
That's fine.
Alrighty, so no support. I do have a piece of gear that works with awareness.
Oh,
That was one of the pieces of gear. You get the 2 pieces of gear.
oh yes, yes.
Yep.
So is that a bonus dice? Is it?
It is a bonus die.
All
D6.
right, let's
So it's an
try
extra
this.
success die.
I should be good at this.
Yes, you're incredibly good at that. Ooh,
Yeah, that's a good roll.
you even got a Tengwar, the Elvish rune, on your success die.
Great success.
Oh, the 6. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you see, uh, on their way from what looks like that little cluster of houses there in the distance, um, someone's coming your way on a cart.
Okay.
Oh, when they actually get up to you. Well, hello there. You. My, I don't know where you're going. Come on, come on. And they lead you up to that house or that cluster of houses, that teeny tiny community. So you guys can move to there.
Great.
They just guide you down, invite you in, treat you like honored guests.
Good job.
Give you a place to stay for the night.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm very grateful. I'm not looking forward to sleeping outside, but this is great company. Cheers to you.
It's warm, it's dry, there's good food. What more could you ask for?
Well, yeah, I always like getting lost in the Shire versus getting lost in other places. The worst happening around here is yep, I'm someone carrot.
So the next morning, they feed you breakfast because, of course, they do. It's pretty similar to the breakfast food that you had um, back in Waymeat. They do send you on with a couple of sausages and a couple of light pastries so that you have something for second breakfast. And if I could have the guide make another roll.
I got this.
Those sausages probably saved the chicken.
I
The
mean,
sausages might be chicken.
Yeah, but
I
those
mean,
chicken, we have to deliver them.
those chickens probably makes egg every day, so we can cook the eggs.
I got the hang of this now, guys. I know where we're going. Follow me.
I see none of your cousin on the way, so we should be good.
I was going to say it shouldn't be too hard. You're just following a road.
Yeah, but cousin are a hazard.
That's very, very true. Okay. Getting a success. Nope. Okay. So, are you going this way or this way? Okay. Okay. So, just be a sec.
Oh, do we get any fatigue from the travel events?
Not so far. Any fatigue you would have gotten from the one down between Whitwell and Waymeat should have gone away overnight, I believe. And if I'm wrong, I mean, feel free to correct me.
Yeah. Yeah, fatigue, I think, only goes away at the end of the journey.
Let me double check.
There's a weird interaction between like fatigue and load and endurance.
Yeah, there's a weird intersection between that and the different tables. Because some of the tables get reused for different things, which is kind of weird, but that's part of what what Robin's role did. Was that his role made sure that you didn't get Sorry, no, you'd get 1.
So yeah, at the end of the journey, then we can make rolls to see how much fatigue we actually have, and it goes away at the rate of 1 point per prolonged rest in a sheltered and safe refuge.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it ticks up until you're done your journey.
And a prolonged, yeah, write it for prolonged rest is.
So yeah, it has to be someplace sheltered and safe, i.e., not on the road.
Like an inn.
So like maybe we can find a place where we get the no bottle if we need to. But for now, we have 1.
1.
So we have 1 fatigue.
Yep.
1 so far. So this one will be for the hunter.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
So if I could have you make a...
Yes.
Sorry.
No,
I
no,
think
no,
it's just a
no.
hunting roll. There's my
Oh,
chart. Yeah, just a hunting roll.
so let's get ready to be disappointed. Here it is.
I mean, it could have been worse.
It's just a failure. It's not awful.
Well, might depend on what the event was.
You suffer the penalty of you die.
Yeah.
Or
No one's
inadvertently
dying yet.
destroy a beehive.
I think I'm gonna have to
Hmm.
make better charts or lay them out differently.
I mean, I think it's technically possible to die during a journey.
I mean, if you tried hard enough.
Well, if you roll the Eye of Sauron for the event, then
Well, I mean, yeah, there's that.
then you're wounded, and if you get wounded a second time, you're dying.
Yeah.
So back to back bad rolls could be really bad. That'd be great in the Shire. Like, oh my god, it's Smog. He's after his treasure.
He's dead.
I swear I took nothing. Please let me go.
Yeah, Chris.
Yep.
Can I, since you're far more technically minded about games at least, can I get you to look at the journey events table?
Yep.
Because his feat die was a 9.
Okay.
But he failed.
So yeah. So if the feet die. Okay. So just give me a second. All right. So the kind of the order of events, the sequence of events is you make the travel roll. Travel roll determines how long until you have your event.
Mm-hmm.
And then you roll the success die to determine who it affects.
Mm-hmm. Did that.
And then you roll a feat die
Yes.
to see what sort of event it is. So it could be the terrible misfortune, despair, ill choices, mishap, shortcut, chance meeting, joyful sight. And then you.
Okay.
So the feat die was a 9.
My feat die for the event was a 5, so a mishap.
Okay. So a mishap. So because it fails, it adds a day to the length of the journey.
Right.
We all get 2 fatigue, and he gets an
an
additional
extra one. Okay.
Yeah. And then you just basically make up between you and Pierre Luc what the mishap was related to hunting. Like the events are very vague, but they're meant to give you like an overarching kind of view as to what happened during that leg of the journey.
Yes.
So I take 3 fatigue total.
Yep.
And everyone else is taking 2. So, would you like to describe the mishap, or would you like me to?
So we were along the river, isn't it?
Nope.
Not
now
yet.
you're kind of at the crossroads, up at the top of Baywater Road.
Oh,
Bywater Road.
I probably saw a rabbit, and I decided to catch said rabbit for our dwarf friends to prepare us a feast. And I took my bow, and the string broke on me, and I tried to run to catch the rabbit, but I twisted my foot because I was angry that my bowstring snapped on me.
I mean, I'd be pretty bad if my bowstring broke on me too.
So I just make a fool of myself.
It's okay. We won't judge.
You will, but silently.
Well, yeah. It won't be that silently. I just need to get to a town where I can tell everybody. On the plus side, though, you're not an elf, because that would have been really embarrassing for an elf.
And I just like grumble while trying to fix my bowstring.
So no rabbit.
No rabbit.
There was a rabbit.
Okay.
I was supposed to go fishing, not hunting.
Yeah, we'll get to the river.
I'm not better at fishing, but at least I might have not twisted my ankle.
I mean, you can see a house in the distance, but you're probably not going to make it before nightfall.
No. That's what we have tents for.
That's what you have tents for. It's very true. So, after you've stopped the requisite amount of times for the various meals that you need to eat during the day, you had breakfast before you left, second breakfast, 11sies, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, a slightly later than expected dinner after the mishap with the rabbit. You bunk down along the side of the road. Find a nice little shelter spot. It's not too terrible. Like I said, it's spring in the Shire. And you don't smell chickens. As long as the wind keeps blowing in the same direction, because you've placed the chickens downwind, so it's not so bad. So the next morning, have breakfast, and if I could get another roll from the guide.
Oh, a failure.
You guys are,
We're not cut out for the adventuring life.
I mean,
Your adventurers are having a hard time following a road in the Shire.
No, it's adventures that's not ready for us.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, basically, the marching tests determine how far away before the next event. A failure means that it's 2 hexes, success is 3 hexes. So we make better time if I succeed.
Yeah,
I
but
see.
it didn't happen. So
And if it's winter or autumn when you travel, then a failure is the next hex is where the event is. So it can really slow you down.
All right, so this time it's going to be your scout who's going to be rolling an explore roll.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
Awareness roll, I assume.
Yes.
Oh no, it's no Scout Explorer. You said. Sorry,
Yeah, it's
that's Nur.
Come on, Nur, you got this.
Use your dwarven eyes.
Did we lose Yorick?
He's muted.
Oh.
Which one was it?
For you, let me just get back here.
Explore.
Yes. I think it has it there on your company sheet.
Yep.
Excellent. That'll make things.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. So, that
Yeah, we
I
were talking about that.
yes, we were. We were talking about that indeed. So the target, which in this case was Nur, is wounded.
Well, no, because it's based off of yours, which was the mishap.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Yeah, you rolled to see the
'Cause
event, and
I
then he
roll
rolls
the
to see.
event.
Yeah, you roll the
Right.
d6, and then you roll the d12, which was the mishap.
Right, and then he rolls the consequences.
Yep.
Which had the Eye of Sauron.
Yep. But the Eye of Sauron is only if you, like, if you rolled the Eye of Sauron on your what the event is.
Is it?
So the Eye of Sauron on his roll
The
just means that he failed.
consequences. Under the consequences, it says each entry in the journey table specifies what happens in game terms based on whether the skill roll fails or succeeds.
Yeah. So with that one, he failed. So it's another day, and we rack up a bunch more fatigue. Like when you roll your d12 to see what the event is, that's when the Eye of Sauron is the terrible misfortune, which is so bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely take a closer look at that. But yes, in that case, you're getting, yeah.
Man, the fatigue racks up quick.
And you've already been, what, delayed 2 days?
Yep.
So what was the end result there?
So it's a mishap. It's the same as the hunting. So everybody gets 2 fatigue. We lose a day, and Nor gets an additional fatigue.
So I get 3.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Big tough dwarf joking about the Shire. That'll teach you. Put away too much of the beer, too much of the pipe weed, and now you're dragging your ass.
Oh, language. It's a horse, not an ass.
That's true. Dragging your horse.
All right. You. Yeah, I think that stops you for the night.
Well, it happens 2 hexes, so
Yes, somebody moved the.
yep.
So, just past that little house, at least you know you're on the right road. Relatively certain you're on the right road.
It is the only road.
We'll see. Well, no. I mean, it was the only road as it went through that little tiny village. And then it forked. You're on the north road, not the west road. And you're
I
relatively certain the west road leads to Little Delving.
I'm positive this is the right way. Absolutely positive.
Well, let's see what your guide has to say when you guys get up the next morning.
Are we there yet? Adventuring is kind of tiring.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Three hexes.
We'll get this rhythm down. It'll just take a while.
Yep. Find a lot of these games with exploration, once you get the kind of like the procedures down, then you're
Yeah,
like,
like
yep.
Forbidden Lands, we know what we're doing. So the hunter.
Come on,
yes.
come on, Perry, you got this.
Nope, I don't, but I will still roll.
Yes, you do. You'll make somebody a lovely husband someday.
Can I use hope or something for?
You can actually.
For an extra success die. I think it is. Yep, you can
I
spend a
will.
hope for an extra d6, so an extra success die. Because right now, you're looking at another mishap.
No, I'm not.
It's a lot of 5s.
It is a lot of 5s. It's weird that I rolled a 5 on 2 entirely different dice types.
Well, F me sideways.
Yeah, so that adds another day to the length of the journey.
So
You
it's
gain an initial
3 days.
fatigue.
Yeah, we really need to get better before we go out of the Shire.
We said it was going to be 3 weeks, eh? We were not joking.
This is why people start out in the Shire and like not Rivendell or something.
Oh man, my load is up to 11.
Oh, we get 2 more, did we?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, except for your man from Bree, he got 3.
It's because between the hunting and the exploring, we're like living off of berries, and I'm like, there's not even enough berries for 1 breakfast, let alone 2.
And when is the loads going to be a problem?
So when your load hits your fatigue, hits your endurance, it's a problem.
Oh, I still got pretty of time.
Yeah, you're good. And I
Yeah.
mean, you've got horses, unless
Yep.
you already loaded
Oh,
them
we might eat.
to cut down on your load.
No, we
Don't
might eat the horse.
Yeah.
The horse.
The horse are not for eating. We're in the Shire. There is food.
We're not
Don't look at my horse that way.
after food.
I mean, you're relatively sure you're in the Shire. It looks like there's, you can see No Bottle off to the west, and there's houses up closer to the river. So, and there's even houses off to the east. So you're still in a populated area. It's still the Shire.
You don't have to resort to barbarism yet.
We should be at no bottle soon. We'd be there sooner if we didn't, have to deal with like broken bowstrings and people tripping over their feet and living off of berries. But we'll get there.
But you stop for the night.
I have faith that we'll get there.
Do you though?
We're only 3 days behind schedule.
It's the only job we have to do all spring.
That's true. Good thing we have all spring.
Good thing she doesn't need that cart back soon.
Oh, we gotta go back.
Not just going to Long Cleeve and then moving in.
I'm
You
pretty
could,
sure
I suppose, but
I'm pretty sure we gave you back your cart, ma'am.
I'm pretty sure she only gave us 3 chickens.
the chickens sound a little nervous when they get covered up for the night. But nothing. I mean, it's the Shire. Nothing comes near you in your sleep or anything like that. There's nothing other than the sounds of the wind in the trees every now and then, and you could kind of every now and then hear water in the distance, but not really. Just depends on how the wind blows. If the sound carries. When it's really, really quiet.
You can't even hear the bees.
Leave us alone with your stupid bees.
Do you know why you can't hear any bees?
Because there's none.
Can't hear them over the sound of your voice talking about why there aren't any. Hey, everybody's
That
getting
was
tired.
funny.
Okay, everybody's getting tired and cranky. We need to find some place that's like has a roof and a bed.
So the next morning, are you going to go find a place that has a roof and a bed, or are you going to continue on north?
Well, our plan was to stop in No Bottle, so we'll see if I don't know if they have any place. It looks like a one building town.
Let me double check what No Bottle is like.
I suppose as hobbits from the Shire, would we know if No Bottle has like an inn or anything?
I mean, it seems like the kind of thing you should know. Let me see if there's an entry for them here. They don't have an entry for No Bottle. You might be SOL. Unless you want to go, let's see. As I shuffle through books.
The wiki says that it's only that it's famous for its brewery.
Oh well.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it's a tiny community for sure. There's only 4 or 5 families who live there. You don't see any actual. There's like 2 houses above ground. Everything else is a hobbit hole. You can tell that they have. There has been plowing up here. The 2 hobbits know that bilberries and wheat are typically the crops that you'll find up here. Probably know as well that they're not entirely welcoming, given that, they're 5-ish families. I mean, if there's another house, there might be 6 now. But they're not entirely known for being. They're certainly not going to be as welcoming as Hazel was, for sure.
Okay. Well, maybe we should just push on.
Because there's no inn.
Yeah.
It's one of the rare places in the Shire where you're not going to find an inn.
Okay. How tired is everybody? Are you guys like dragging your heels?
Well, it's getting there.
I'm fine.
Oh, I'm actually in shape.
We last day. No, yeah, it was me with my failure. Okay.
All right. Well, let's push on. We'll get to Long Cleeve and then we can rest.
Okay.
Sounds lovely.
That's good, Mo.
Oh, nice. It was a success. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. I've been this way before.
Have you really?
I have. I'm a messenger. I travel to all the communities.
That's true. You are. Your lookout is going to be making an awareness test for me.
Okay. Do you want to do this one, Shane? I did the last one.
Sure. I do that from my character sheet, not the company page, right?
Yeah, from your character sheet.
Yep.
Oh, you can do it from the company page. Interesting.
Ooh, 1. Oh, this is not good.
No, it's not.
There must be an Elven Eyes joke. Oh shit! Good job.
Oh, excellent.
There's your Elven Eyes joke.
So let's see. It was on.
You can see over the bushes.
Must be nice being tall.
You should try it sometime.
Can carry me.
But he bumps his head a lot.
That is 2 more points of fatigue, though.
2 more.
2 more.
We all take 2 more points of fatigue.
We all take 2 more.
How come?
It's just each of the events, with rare exceptions, gives you fatigue.
How many have we taken total so far?
11?
I've taken 9 because I haven't taken any extra.
Yeah, I got 9. Chev, you should be 9 too, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Because he hasn't had a mishap yet.
Not yet.
So yeah, it's the fatigue buildup, and like especially because if your fatigue hits your endurance, you become weary and you suffer a penalty on everything. But your endurance is also your hit points. So if we were attacked by anything during this journey, we would be in very big trouble.
And where is fatigue recorded?
On your character sheet, just open Talith here. If you
Yeah.
scroll down under load,
Okay.
you'll see
You're
there's
9 there.
a little square. There you go.
All right. There we
So,
go.
as long as your load doesn't meet your endurance.
Oh, I got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Jeez, I got 9 more points. I'm only halfway there.
Because you elves are, relatively healthy-ish and live forever. So
That's a cool little system. as long as we make our rolls sometimes.
As long as you make your rolls
Yeah.
sometimes. I just need to move your stuff. Okay. So you
So
made
nobody's wounded. We're just tired.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So far. You made it past the banks, which is that little cluster of houses you see along the river. Thankfully, because the banks are not friendly people. I mean, by comparison, no bottle is friendly, because the banks might spend a little too much time listening to the water, and they travel on boats a lot.
Heresy.
Makes you wonder why they even bother having hobbit holes. But yeah, definitely dangerous. I mean, what kind of foolishness is that? Who does that kind of thing?
Water's scary. You never know what you find in.
Especially if you fall in. I mean, 6 feet of water is like twice your height.
That's true. Alrighty.
So you bunk down. It's a little chillier than you'd like, but still okay. Next morning, get up. Nice warm tea makes everything better.
Good.
So we'll have your guide make another roll.
We're getting close, and I know everybody's getting tired, so I'm actually going to spend a point of hope.
Get an extra d6.
And fellowship
Yeah.
point can be used for what?
So when you spend hope, when we rest, we can spend our fellowship points to restore hope to people. And then our fellowship points reset at the end of the session. Our hope points don't reset until we spend like a fellowship phase.
Okay.
So hope is a relatively diminishing resource.
Well, we have 6 we could spend kind of per session, kind of deal.
Right. And because I am rustic as a trait, I'm inspired. I can travel through the wilderness.
Can I help him with my maps? That's one of my eye quality item. I have an item for travel.
Should be able to.
Yep. If you want to spend a point of hope, you can give me support.
And the rustic gives you what mechanically?
If you have, I can't remember what they're called. Give me a second. With my character sheet. Distinctive
yeah.
traits.
Yeah. Yes. I have rustic, but I don't know.
Yep. So your distinctive features, if you're spending hope and your distinctive feature applies, then you are inspired, which is more dice. It's normally 1 die for spending a hope. If you're inspired, it's 2 dice.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
I'm willful. That applies.
But if you're spending hope to support, then it's just 1 die regardless.
Okay. Well, I have maps as my eye quality item.
Okay.
It helps with traveling, so I'm gonna check with you to make sure I have a clear path.
Make sure we're on the right path.
Double check. Is anybody's fellowship focus in play here?
Not mine.
Okay.
Not mine.
Nur, who's your fellowship focus?
Mine is Nur.
Right. Who does Nur have as his fellowship focus, though?
My fellowship focus is Ruddick.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I've not. I did not write mine, but it's gonna be Talith.
All right. So yeah, because when you support your fellowship focus, they get 2 dice instead of 1 die.
Yep.
Okay. You get 2 dice.
Excellent.
Ooh.
There you go.
Great success.
Great success. So our next event happens 4 hexes. So our next event would happen pretty much just as we arrive, it looks like.
Just outside. Which hexes did you travel through?
We'll stay on this side so we don't have to cross the river.
There you go. That to me looks like you've reached your destination.
Yay!
Yay! So you finally made it to your cluster of houses that make up Long Cleeve. It is a little village. It is a little village. There's a handful of houses on both sides of the river. For the most part, the families up here are Northtooks, which the messenger would know for sure. There are relatively frequent, every couple of years. There is a little family reunion usually between the Tooks and the Northtooks. Tests of heritage and drinking games and conkers and a golf tournament apparently. But you do finally reach here. Because it is 10:30 almost. You are directed to the home of nobody wrote it down.
Aurelius.
It was like arugulus.
Yeah, it was arugulus. I remember from arugula. I almost made a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I remembered it.
So you do get directed.
The spicy salad.
You do get directed to his home. He welcomes you in. Thanks you very much for bringing this up. He really appreciates it. 4 chickens will be a lovely addition to the 1 rooster and 1 chicken that he has up here now. Which is fine for him and his wife, but no eggs left over, so we want eggs twice a day. A little inconvenient when you're trying to bake something. Can't have eggs for breakfast and eggs for lunch. Are you turning over the jams and pickles?
Yep. Deliver everything like we were supposed to.
Okay. Double check.
There's some cheese that I put aside for myself because it was offered that way, but everything that was destined to the man is going to him.
Excellent. So he thanks you very much, invites you in. They can certainly put you up for the night. There's no problem there. He imagines you'll want to get home more likely than not.
We're going to need to rest here for a little bit first.
Oh, that will be fine. That would be fine too. We've got. Oh yes, we'll be good. We have enough cookies and tea and cakes. Now that we have more chickens. If you hadn't brought these chickens, we might be having a different conversation. And it would be a terribly scant breakfast and an even scanter lunch. But, well, you brought the chickens, so it's great. Oh, and letters. You brought me letters. This is lovely. So thanks you very much. We will, because it's kind of late, get the tally, unless one of you has it offhand. How much fatigue you have, how many days you've traveled. We can work all that out for the next game in the Discord channel.
Yeah, I mean, I can run through it pretty quickly.
Okay.
So everybody should know how much fatigue they have.
Yup.
So for most people, it should be
9.
9, I think, for most people.
Yeah.
So the first thing you do is reduce it by your mount's vigor. For those of us with the ponies, it's 1. I think the better quality horse is 2. Double checking just in case.
Show offs.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And then everybody's going to make a travel roll.
Yep.
Everybody makes a travel roll. Okay.
Everybody.
And where is this one?
It's a skill.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
who's rolling? Which rolls for whose?
I rolled a 19.
I failed.
Yeah,
So
definitely roll those using your character sheet if you can.
I did, but it didn't show my name. It still says community.
Yeah. If you have the community token selected, it'll roll it. It'll say community.
Let me get everybody else on the map because I think Rudigar might be the only PC who's on the map.
So if you succeeded, you reduce your fatigue by 1, and then by 1 more for every elvish
Elf
symbol
rune.
that you rolled.
So that would be the 6 on a d6.
So I got 1 6 and I succeeded, so I removed 2.
So you remove 2.
I failed.
So, yep. So whatever is left is how much fatigue you have at the end of the journey.
11.
And you remove 1 point of fatigue for every prolonged rest. So basically every night of sleep in a sheltered and safe refuge.
So I failed, so I take off 1, right?
No, if you failed, you don't take off any.
Oh, well, there you are. I should have taken some travel.
Yeah. So if there's so like for example, if Perry has 11, it means we need to spend almost 2 weeks resting here to recover that fatigue.
Which in this
Unless you
case is
wanna-
fine, but
Unless you
outside the
wanna-
Shire will be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try heading out again before he's totally rested.
Yeah. And then as far as the journey, it took us however many hexes it was, 21 hexes, 22 hexes.
I think he counted it at 21.
Yeah. And then it's like, you're just going to multiply by the scale. Like if you say it's like a day per hex, and it took us 21 days plus the 2 extra days we lost, so 23 days. If everybody had horseback, if everybody had a mount, then we have that total. Also, like traveling roads and stuff might make it easier. So it's kind of nebulous as to how long it takes, because really we're looking at the hexes as opposed to the days, unless Anita's like, you need to be in this place in 5 days.
Yeah, this was just be back by midsummer because she needs her cart back.
Yep.
So, and typically you don't make rolls for your trip back, because really the adventure is in getting there, and once you know the route, it's not so troublesome getting back.
Yeah, you just take the Eagles.
I mean, that's what they really should have done, but it would have been a very the books would have been the size of a hobbit if they had done that. And the hobbit
The Eagles would have been noticed. Would have
When they eye shot at the
murdered.
fucking sky, yeah, it would have been short.
Definitely. There would have been some Nazgul sent out pretty quick.
Would have been a bloodbath.
Feathers,
Feathers everywhere.
There's a reason they didn't fly in with the eagles. There's a giant eye in the sky.
Yeah, fly out. Yeah, that's fine. Don't fly in. Not a good idea. So just double check. Yeah. Okay. So end of the session. Page 56. Come on, index. Okay. So you get two different types of experience points, skill points and adventure points. Two separate things that you have to track. As far as I know, there's a spot on your character sheet for both.
Yep. Under gear.
Okay, excellent. Perfect.
Under gear, so we're trapping what? 2 skill, fellow point, and what? Adventure?
Adventure
Skill
points
and
and skill points are what you're tracking.
2 of each.
So you get no.
Okay.
There are just two different kinds.
Okay.
So skill points you can spend on skills, and adventure points you can spend to improve combat proficiencies or get new ranks in valor or wisdom. Skill points, every player gains 3 skill points at the end of every game session. So you can add your 3 skill points. And you get 3 adventure points at the end of every session as well.
So 3 and 3.
How much is it to improve hunting?
Let me check here.
And do we put it in the big one or the small one? They're not spent.
Your total goes in the small one.
Okay. And the big one is the spent,
Yeah.
or the leftover.
Or what you currently have. Yep. Because you're not necessarily going to be spending them at the same times.
Yep.
And I will have to get back to you in the Discord about spending your points.
No worries.
Unless I can quickly find it in the index.
I found the cost. I'll post that.
Oh, excellent.
So buying level 1 of a skill would be 4 skill or adventure points.
I'm sorry, what?
So it would cost you 4 points to buy like skill level 1, 8 points to buy skill level 2, 12 points to buy skill level 3.
Okay, good.
Anything to put a dot in there next to the check mark next to the skill?
A new.
Some wisdom ability from different race can give you other check mark. Like I took one of the Valor I took was not Valor, wisdom. The wisdom I took gave me 2 other check marks. So if you spend by that wisdom, you can get more check marks.
Yeah. So yes. So so skills can be bought with skill or adventure points. Combat, valor, and wisdom can only be bought with adventure points. And every time you increase your valor or your wisdom, you get to select either a virtue or a reward.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So the first ones are like the wisdom and valor is fairly cheap, but the skills are quite expensive.
Yeah. Oh, valor is expensive. Valor is 8 adventure points only because you start at 1.
A new Valor rank to get to number 2 only costs 2, though, right?
No valor costs 8.
2 is the level of valor.
Yeah, 2 is the level, and then
Oh, I did it.
The
Okay,
cost.
yeah, I get you. So it's the same.
yeah, the costs are the same. It's the fact that you can only use adventure points as opposed to being able to use skill points.
And wisdom and valor, the difference is.
So wisdom is how wise you are and gives you virtues, and valor is how brave you are and gives you rewards.
Ah, okay.
Which are better.
Yeah, valor gives you better gear, and wisdom gives you essentially like perks or talents.
Okay.
The virtue for more check marks is master.
Yeah.
But you also have access, and once the game is started, you have access to your racial virtue. So you might have something better as an elf.
Gotcha. So it's like 3 sessions before you can start buying stuff.
Yep. I mean, you could buy skills now because you could use either, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to use all 3 of your skill points and one of your adventure points to get a point of something you don't have.
I want to bring it to level 1. Yeah, I get you.
And then you can spend XP during fellowship phase. So that's like an entire separate phase of the thing where you like take some time to rest and relax and learn things and all that fun stuff.
Generally a longer break.
Yep.
But I mean, 2 weeks is kind of a minimal break. Because when you consider the scale of how long Lord of the Rings took, because little hobbit legs walking all the way across Eriador takes a while.
I'll be good to go in 6 days. But,
yeah. And when you have to stop over in Rivendell and wait for everyone to show up and heal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
Perfect.
There and back again, they said.
That's right.
That's the thing. The there takes a long while. The back again, not so much. Much faster trip. Okay, thanks for playing, guys. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for running.
Thank you for
Yes,
being.
thanks for running.
Thanks for running.
Thanks for being
Yes.
gentle. In my first foray back into being a GM, or I guess an LM. Lore
It was
Masters
great.
in Lord of the Rings.
And it's a new
Thank you.
system too, right? So it takes a while.
It's well, and we're so used to playing things like, well, other Freely games like Forbidden Lands, where 100 and however many sessions in we've got that routine down pat, and it's just slightly different enough in Lord of the Rings. It's messing me up.
Yep.
So, but it'll get smoother the more notes I make and the more things I bookmark, and yeah. You guys didn't have any combat. That's the main thing. Like, that's as we're getting used to, how does this game run compared to all of the other Freely games?
We had gossips and food description.
Gossips, food description, and a whole lot of traveling.
Yeah, we'll figure out how to walk first, and then we'll. We'll
then you can wave sticks at people later.
That's right.
That's just it. I mean, it's a good way to learn a system, right? You learn you learn this phase of the game, and then you learn the second phase of the game, and then you learn the other phase, and then you put them all together.
I mean,
Shire
we could fellowship after, like next session to do the rest thing and figure out how that works, and then
yeah,
it's a good
idea.
Perfect.
But I do need to go.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks again, and we'll see most of you tomorrow.
Have a good week, folks.
Have a great
Cheers,
one.
guys.
Night,
Keep in touch.
guys.
Good night.
Bye bye.
Take care, y'all.